Hello, I'm Lloyd Bonson, and you join me today at Silverstone for rounds 11 and 12 of the BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championship. The grids are packed, the weather is mixed, which is going to make racing very exciting out there. Richard, talk us through the grid.
Nicholas Reeve on pole from Bradley Burns, then Lachlan Behrman and Harry Gooding. Callum Hawkins-Rowe lines up fifth from Elliott Wilson, then Christopher Mackenzie and James Waite. Lewis Kent on row 5 with James Hillary, Danny Harrison and Cameron Pugh the 6th row, then Sikander Hussain and Jack Davidson, Ben Swift and Angus Dudley complete the grid. Lights out here at Silverstone, the orange car of Nick Reeves. In red, it's Bradley Burns. Burns looks like he's on pole, but as ever on the national circuit at Silverstone, outside is pole position. That means Bradley Burns having his first pole as we look at Christopher Mackenzie trying to hunt down James Waite in black. Waite getting the better of that battle, heading down up towards Baggots for the first time. In car with championship leader Harry Gooding, who's got ahead of Lachlan Behrman. Through Beckett's we go. Gooding has a decent championship lead, and we're looking to build on that this weekend, of course. But out front, it's first-time pole man Nick Reeve, who held his nerve. Bradley Burns looks to the inside, but Nicholas Reeve, the youngster from Romford, they're all youngsters, of course, in this championship. And if it's your first time watching the BRSCC Fiesta Junior Championship, let me tell you, 14 to 17-year-olds here, most of them coming through karting, and there are so many car racing options now for juniors, but this is the one that so many of them have chosen to come and race with the blue oval badge on the front of their machines. It's got a good history. Oh, problems there for Cameron Pugh and James Waite in the 17. So Ben Swift is off the circuit as well, and that surely is going to mean a safety car. Indeed, it does mean a safety car, and it means that Nick Reeve, in only his 4th meeting in the championship, joined us at round 5, took 6th position at Rockingham back in May, now gets the opportunity to learn a safety car start, and the safety car is away. So what Nick's done, he's held them back rather than driving up the chopper of the safety car. He's done the right thing and will nail it around Woodcote and try and get the start. This is Harry Gooding in 3rd place. It was a very, very good restart from Romford Reeve, Nicholas Reeve, who is in pain. He's still got the new drive across on the back of the car, but I tell you what, the coaching's working well. Very clearly a youngster that listens, and he makes a great start from Bradley Burns. Burns, of course, 4-time podium finisher so far this year. 1 win, 1 second, 2 third places. And here's the view from Harry Gooding. If we look at his podium stats, he's in 3rd there, the blue and orange car up ahead of Callum Hawkins-Rowe. Then James Hillary running well in 4th position. Hillary qualified in 10th, and Hillary very clearly has made progress on the opening laps here. Hillary challenging for 4th position then, with Callum Hawkins-Rowe immediately in front of him. But it's Nick Reeve. Is he going to be able to hold his nerve? I tell you what, we've seen some good stuff from Nicholas Reeve so far, because he started well off the line, had a little bit of a challenge from Bradley Burns. He dealt with that. He dealt with the safety car start, and he's soaking up pressure at the moment. He knows he's got a quick car beneath him. It's prepared by Specialised Motorsport. That's part of the equation. The other equation, of course, is getting the car round in qualifying to set that fastest lap, and then, of course, fending off the pressure from Bradley Burns, which he's doing at the moment. So this is a very good race between these two at the moment. 3rd position is Harry Gooding, qualified down in 4th. Gooding with a very decent championship lead at the moment, and I'm wondering if he's going to follow in the wheel tracks of last year's champion Aaron Thompson, who of course has already been a race winner in the senior Fiestas. Jerry Nicosia, who was champion in 2014 in the juniors, who's racing in the Ginetta Junior Championship now, wanted to try something different, of course, last year. JJ Ross, 2013 champion, and 2012 the inaugural champion Charlie Liddell, who is now a podium finisher in the Renault UK Clio Cup. Harry Gooding starting to put pressure on Bradley Burns. This is good news for Nicholas Reeve out front, because Reeve will see that Burns will have his mirrors full of blue and orange, and the West Countryman will pile the pressure on Bradley Burns in second position. Burns, who comes from Alton in Hampshire, that's the man in red we're looking at immediately in front of us. The leading trio go through Woodcote once again. Reeve, Burns, Gooding, Hawkins Road, then James Hillary. Hillary running well in fifth place. Great, as I say, great opening laps from James Hillary. Car number 4, the man from Shipton, really climbing up through and possibly on for his best ever finish here. He's had a run of retirements, but here I think this race perhaps signalling the arrival of Hillary. Maybe something's clicked, and he's running really well. As you can see, very much on par with these leading drivers. Wide line through into Beckett's for Nicholas Reeve, but I think that's all part of the plan. A gap back now between Burns and Gooding, second to third. Hillary, you can see the car in front of Hillary, the white car with the green stripe, a little bit defensive coming into Brooklands. Hillary's going to try the outside line here. This is very good stuff from James Hillary, and Callum Hawkins Rowe coming under a lot of pressure at the moment. So this is all brilliant stuff. We've got Danny Harrison running in 6th position in the red number 19, and then I think Lewis Kent coming through as well. But the top 5, very, very little to choose from those at the moment. Now, it wasn't Lewis Kent, it was another orange car coming through and showing in the mix down behind them. But it's orange out front. Nicholas Reeve continues to lead this one, and in fact opening up a little bit of a gap over Bradley Burns, and we stay with the battle for 4th place. Callum Hawkins Rowe is there at the moment. Hawkins Rowe, a regular podium finisher. He's had 4 of those, 2 third places, 2 second place finishes so far. And the thing, as you look through the results of the course of the season, lots of different race winners, we've seen lots of different drivers on the podium, and the results do tend to change meeting to meeting, which is very healthy, and it says a great deal about the talent that we have on show in this championship. BRSCC, of course, innovators of junior racing, started the T-Car Championship in the Sonny Howard built space frame races many seasons ago, and that was the original junior car racing championship. But look at this battle that we've got going on here, and that's Lewis Kent now, who does go through but runs a little bit wide, and Sikander Hussain repays the compliment, goes up the inside line. Christopher Mackenzie goes back through as well. So it was Sikander Hussain, seen him in different coloured cars all the time he's been racing, but Sikander at the moment ahead of Christopher Mackenzie, and Lewis Kent behind them. But is Kent going to be behind, because they're 3 wide across the line, and Lewis Kent's going to go back through, passes Sikander Hussain. Christopher Mackenzie did the same thing, and Kent here's going to look down the inside line as they come through Copse, and has got the move done. The Essex Bodies machine goes through. Very good move indeed from him. There's Danny Harrison going through. Lewis Kent fighting back. Wonderful 3-way dice here. And a quick reminder again, 14 to 17-year-olds here. Absolutely superb racing between all of them. Now is Mackenzie going to be passed by Sikander Hussain? It looks like he is once again, and again it looks like Lewis Kent just dropped back. But again we go to the battle for 4th place, which has been an absolute corker. Callum Hawkins Rowe in front, but look at the pressure that James Hillary is applying. Hillary in 5th and chasing Hawkins Rowe. Nicholas Reeve still there and out front from Bradley Burns and Harry Gooding, but the main focus of interest really here has been this 4th position battle. Well, having said that, side by side for the lead, we ride on board with Harry Gooding in 3rd place, and Bradley Burns is looking down the inside as they're on the last lap. Bradley Burns goes through and takes the lead. Bradley Burns leads. Nicholas Reeve had held his nerve all the way through the race, but cedes the lead to Bradley Burns. But Reeve is fighting back. Gooding's coming up as well, and Reeve's got the line as they come through Maggots and into Beckett's. Fantastic move from Reeve, and now back up the inside line comes Harry Gooding challenging for 2nd, side by side into Beckett's for the last time. It's Nicholas Reeve who held his nerve on the start, held his nerve at the restart after maintaining the lead through the first corner, and now he's reclaimed the lead. This is a complete race so far from Nicholas Reeve. Bradley Burns has been excellent too in second position. Clean and fair pressure from him all the way through the race, and it looks like Reeve has got it covered now through Luffield. Woodcote and the checkered flag will beckon for a maiden race win for Nicholas Reeve, the youngster from Romford, who will lead the Hampshire man across the line. Wait for the checker. Here comes Nick Reeve. It's another first-time win. History being made here at Silverstone. Reeve wins it. Burns second. Championship leader Harry Gooding is third. Callum Hawkins-Rowe fourth from James Hillary, and then Danny Harrison, Lewis Kent seventh, ahead of Christopher Mackenzie, Sikander Hussain, Lachlan Behrman and Angus Dudley in 11th place. Fastest lap 2 to the winner, Nicholas Reeve.
Nick, a fantastic weekend for you, fastest in practice and qualifying, and your first race victory in the Fiesta Juniors.
Yeah, it was very, very good. Obviously, luckily, we've just finished before the rain, but I was out there, got my first lap sorted, got away nice. Had a few battles with Bradley Burns throughout.
Harry, fantastic third place out there. It looked like it was an interesting race to be part of.
Yeah, it was a good race. They had quite a good gap and they started squabbling a little bit, which then we caught the gap down a bit, but we just didn't quite have the speed to get past them.
Bradley, that was a tough race out there, and certainly the last lap there was a lot of battles going on. How was that for you driving the car?
Well, yeah, I could see that it was all very close. I was very close to Nick, and then I could see Gooding starting to catch up. And then there was oil on the corner where Gooding nearly got past, but I kept it in and nearly went on the grass, but yeah.
Nick Reeve on pole position from Bradley Burns, then Harry Gooding and Callum Hawkins-Rowe, James Hillary and Danny Harrison row 3, Lewis Kent and Christopher Mackenzie on the 4th row, Sikander Hussain from Lachlan Behrman, then Angus Dudley and Jack Davidson, Elliot Wilson, James Waite, Cameron Pugh and Ben Swift complete the grid. The lights are on for round 12 of the championship. The lights go out now, different conditions to race number 1. Remember, pole position the outside. Nicholas Reeve in orange is trying to sweep round the outside. Great start by Bradley Burns. Up into 3rd place has gone Danny Harrison. Scrap on for 4th between Harry Gooding and Callum Hawkins-Rowe. In car with Gooding, Hawkins-Rowe on the inside line. That's the outside as they go into Maggots. Harrison in 19 has had a good run there. We've got Lewis Kent in behind, and then James Hillary on the inside line of Lachlan Behrman. Lachlan trying to make up ground from 10th position on the grid in the first race, and it looks like he's doing so, but it's Bradley Burns out front, coming down into Brooklands for the first time. Danny Harrison being challenged as they go into Brooklands by Callum Hawkins-Rowe, and Callum goes back up onto a potential podium position but runs wide. Harrison's going to have a look back down the inside line here as they come out of Luffield into Woodcote, but it's Bradley Burns the race leader. Nick Reeve in second, cracking win for him first off, but look at that, very nearly bump drafting out of Woodcote and past the start finish line. This is cracking stuff from the juniors, and Danny Harrison in particular doing a very, very good job there in 3rd place. Now, once again ahead of Callum Hawkins-Rowe, who's going to have a look. This is the view from Copse Corner. Now going down again towards Maggots. We're on board with Harry Gooding, the championship leader. The blue and orange car still retains the championship lead with that podium. Hawkins-Rowe again swapping places with Danny Harrison, who looks down the inside. Hawkins-Rowe splashes through the standing water on the wide line, coming through Beckett's, now down onto the what used to be known as the National Straight, the Wellington Straight now. So Gooding still challenging hard, 3 wide then for 3rd place. Still Nicholas Reeve in second. This could potentially end in tears coming into Brooklands, but all of them leaving a little bit of space between them, and it's Harrison on the inside line again. Danny Harrison coming through on the inside. Look at Harry Gooding, looks up the inside line, saw the gap, fine piece of racing by Gooding, and it's still 3 wide for third place with Danny Harrison there, just got his nose in front at the moment. Callum Hawkins-Rowe has a little bit more of a run round the outside. This is a great scrap for third position here, and the championship leader, right in the spray, is back in 5th position at the moment. Wonderful racing from the juniors, but it's Callum Hawkins-Rowe, the Jam Sport man, who is there still at the moment. Danny Harrison will try and now fend off Harry Gooding, the championship leader. In behind them it's James Hillary. Lachlan Behrman on the inside line in the black car with the fluorescent trim, goes on the inside line. Lewis Kent coming up and having a look up on the inside line as well. Then it's Sikander Hussain, followed by Elliot Wilson. Remember, Wilson double race winner earlier on in the season. So first and second, Bradley Burns and Nick Reeve away and clear of this mammoth tussle going on for third place, and it's Harrison in third once again. Harry Gooding gets forced wide there, bundles his way back in. They're going to run wide. It leaves a gap on the inside for Hawkins-Rowe. Hillary and Behrman immediately behind with Lewis Kent. This is fine racing. Look at this. A 6-way battle for third position, and it's Harry Gooding that's come through into third at the moment. The championship leader, Harry Gooding from Bridgewater in Somerset, is up into third place. Can he hold on to that? This big squabble, it basically means that they've lost a little bit of ground on Bradley Burns and Nick Reeve, who are out front. Super scrap there by James Hillary and also Lachlan Behrman. They're at the back of the quintet with Lewis Kent in the mix as well. Harrison and Hawkins-Rowe so evenly matched, and Behrman goes on the inside of James Hillary. Just to confirm, Hillary did get his best finish in for race number 1, 5th position, and of course it looks like he's equal to that once again. Bradley Burns the race leader, Reeve in orange goes second, blue and orange of Harry Gooding is there in third place. Lachlan Behrman has broken free just for the moment from James Hillary. Oh, and a tag on Danny Harrison. Harrison gets it all going the right way though once again. He's lost momentum, he's trying to pick up the gears and get the drive going again, but Danny Harrison, well, you've got to expect that kind of thing in these conditions to some extent. He maybe feel a little bit aggrieved about that, but there is Hawkins-Rowe from Lachlan Behrman. Behrman trying to close down on the Jam Sport man at the moment. Here he come across the line again. The two leaders are gone, and away down the road just saw a flash of the second place car going out of shot. Then third, this is the battle for fourth place. Behrman is busy now chasing down Callum Hawkins-Rowe. Back to the leaders, Bradley Burns in red, Nicholas Reeve in orange. Burns has 2 wins this year, Reeve having won race number 1. Then it's Harry Gooding, 5 times winner this year. Gooding, he'll be pleased if he can stay up on the podium again. Coming back into it is Danny Harrison. Danny picking up momentum again after that moment. Lewis Kent's there as well. Race leaders just about to disappear out of shot. Bit of a gap back to third place for Gooding. Gooding's got some breathing space over Behrman, who's side by side at the moment with Callum Hawkins-Rowe. They're out of shot, and behind them James Hillary, Danny Harrison on the inside line here of Lewis Kent, who's looking in the outside line here in the Essex Bodies car, goes back through. Good racing from Kent, runs a little bit wide, too much momentum into Luffield. That leaves the door open for Danny Harrison, but watch the momentum from Kent now. Too much momentum, gets pushed out wide onto the gravel, back onto the circuit very cleanly for the Essex youngster, and he'll have to regroup and try and hunt down Danny Harrison once again. Callum Hawkins-Rowe still side by side with Lachlan Behrman. Behrman gets more momentum going through Copse Corner. That's track limits if he does it too often. So the race officials will be looking very closely at that. The 12th round of the championship. Shame we can't have 3 races every meeting and maybe a few more rounds, but I guess the maxim is always leave the crowd wanting more, and that's exactly what we want from this junior racing. There's Lewis Kent, the teenager from Witham in Essex. Lewis has had an interesting season. He was 7th in race number 1, Castlecombe 5th and 4th position in the race before that, round 8 at Snetterton, and this is 3rd and 4th. 3rd place Harry Gooding, 4th position immediately behind Lachlan Behrman. And this is a wide line here. We're going to see the nose of Lachlan's car come through on the inside. He's still with Harry Gooding in third place. And here's the outfield shot of the onboard that we were looking at. And it's Gooding still there in third place. Gooding third. Behrman, fastest man on circuit now. Lachlan Behrman on lap 6. 1 minute 15.235. Soaking wet conditions and still averaging 78.49 miles per hour. Much drier, of course, in race number 1. Fastest lap of Nick Reeves in that one, 82.68 miles per hour. So these youngsters hardly slowed down at all by the bad weather as Behrman goes through into third place. Lachlan Behrman, that's why he's got the fastest lap, goes through and past the championship leader. What can Harry Gooding do now to try and fight back? Gooding left a little gap there coming out of Baggots on the inside line into Beckett's, and now has to again deal with spray. Had it from the leaders in the early stages, and he's got the spray now from Lachlan Behrman in third place. So Gooding fourth, fifth position, cracking battle on between Hillary and Callum Hawkins-Rowe, who's in white on the inside line. James Hillary chasing hard. Then we've got Danny Harrison in behind. Lewis Kent is there as well. For my money, this championship really does take some beating. We've seen some superb stuff over the course of the season so far, but it's Bradley Burns who is looking for a second win. He won at Rockingham. He's had 2 second places, 2 third places, and could well make it 2 wins here, making his podium stats 2-2-2. Let's see how that pans out. He's got a fairly good lead at the moment over Nicholas Reeves. What a meeting Reeves had. Pole position, win and fastest lap in race number 1. Did everything right in race number 1. He's not doing too much wrong here, but he's just got outpaced on that first corner by Bradley Burns, who's just pulled away. Burns with a wee bit more experience, of course, in the racing, but it is just that, a little bit more experience. Things starting to dry out a little bit now. You can see a dry line beginning to appear. Bradley Burns goes into Brooklands for the last time. Nicholas Reeves going to have a great points haul here as well this weekend. And here's the view through Luffield and heading down towards the checkered flag. Bradley Burns is going to take a second win in this year's championship. He'll look for the checker as he comes out of Woodcote now. Where's the checker? There it is, crosses the line. Burns takes the win. Nicholas Reeve will be in second. Burns punches the air with delight. Burns from Reeve. Harry Gooding back into third ahead of Lachlan Behrman, then Lewis Kent and James Hillary. Christopher Mackenzie from Elliot Wilson, Cameron Pugh, Sikander Hussain, Jack Davidson and Angus Dudley in 12th.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I got it out the first corner from the start and just carried around in the wet because I quite like the wet, and then just keep looking in my mirror to see how close he gets, and then just went really well.
Silverstone has certainly provided some dramatic racing today in the Fiesta Junior Championship. Please join us again next time at Anglesey. We'll see you soon.